person. So if anybody ever jumps the guardrail or says something disrespectful, then all gloves are off, because now I go into protect mode, and not only am I protecting myself, I'm protecting who I'm in the ring with, whether they're babyface, heel, or whatever. Because I'm just like, this person's going to try to hurt me, So that's how I look at the situation. That's how I handle it.
Yeah, I agree with that, Dave. I think you would agree too. If people come to guardrail, they're free game.
Oh yeah. Ted, remember we went to what was that, SmackDown? That idiot ran into the ring. He thought that.
Yes.
How was it?
Randy Orton was he thought Randy was calling him in.
Yeah, he thought Randy was calling him. They should have just beat his ass, and that was it.
Well, he did get kicked in the head.
Video?
Yeah, he did get kicked. He got kicked in the head, though.
I do give you guys a lot of credit, though, because I wouldn't be able to do it. Like, my wife's a school teacher, and I have no patience whatsoever. And I tell her, she's a fifth-grade school teacher, how do you put up with these rugrats? And I'd probably be fired the first day I walked into that class.
Oh,
even with wrestling.
Absolutely.
With wrestling, when you get so many people screaming and yelling, like Kev, you look at that idiot. You look at that idiot Grimm, who he posted that Nia Jax thing, and what if Nia Jax was standing in front of him? What would she have done?
Well, what if Nia Jax wasn't a very confident woman, and that really hit her where it hurts, and could have affected her mentally? People that are people that deal with depression, it only takes something small to trigger them. So, why would you? And this is coming from a guy that's almost 300 pounds. Like, why would you body shame anybody? Like, do you not have mirrors in your home?
And she's a very beautiful woman. And here's my thing. I understand that you fans want to boo the heels and cheer the faces and things like that. Do that, but when you feel as though you have to take unnecessary digs at the people that are there to entertain you and do what they love, that it's uncalled for. You know what I mean? We're not strippers. We're not anything like that. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I was talking to my friend about this today, and I'm like, the outfits that a lot of us wear, because a lot of us do tend to wear shorts. The outfits that we wear there's more to it than, some bathing suits that women wear to the beach. So does that make them strippers? Does that make them sluts? Our outfits are more covered than the track runners, in the Olympics and stuff. Does that make them sluts? No, it's just a very comfortable thing for us to wrestle in. So it's like, don't call us strippers. We're not coming down on poles. We're not, there to get your money or anything like that. So why would you feel the need to disrespect, especially the female workers who are going out there? We're not your average females. We're not. We're freaking going out there. We're tossing our bodies around because this is what we love to do. So respect that.
Right. And these people with their really jaded view on intergender matches. I mean, because I think this is what it was. It was Chelse was fighting a guy, if I'm correct. So why is it okay to be respectful if you have two women having a match, but then to jump all over Chelsea Green while she's wrestling a guy? What makes one match different from the other?
That's what I like. Please if people have that kind of mentality, please let me know. Why do you think that makes a person a stripper because we're wrestling men? Like I said, I just posted it on my Facebook page, and I normally don't do things like that because I do get messages, like some crazy, not right messages. And I was like, in light of this situation, this is very common. And this is what happened to me this week. And I went to say something to the guy, and of course he just disappeared. I'm just like, why are you calling me a slut? You don't know me. You know what I mean? You don't know me at all. And I'm just out there wrestling men. There's nothing wrong with it. It's all entertainment. You know what I mean? So I don't get why these men, are you mad because you can't get a woman? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. I honestly did not understand why, one match, a women's match, is okay in that his view, this particular fan, but having a male and a female wrestle each other changed his view on the female in the ring. That I did not get. And this is not just any female star that just popped up on the indie scene maybe for the first time in that territory. This is a woman that wrestles all over the world on TV and is very well known. So, like, why her? Like, why are you attacking her and calling her all that nonsense? I don't want to blame alcohol. I mean, even though he got the beer slapped out of his hand, but I don't want to blame alcohol.
Awesome.
But
that was awesome.
I just don't understand you. I mean, you can't. It has to be more than someone being drunk. This just has to be a very ignorant person.
Yes, it's very chauvinistic. It's chauvinistic. It's sexist. And like I said, I took offense to it because I know Chelse, and Chelse's one of the sweetest women I have ever encountered in this business. She's very helpful. Does not carry herself like that at all. So I'm just like, why is he calling her a stripper? She's so goofy, and real life she's a sweet, goofy girl, and I'm just like, that's not gonna work for me. Like, it's just, I don't know, chauvinistic, and there are people, unfortunately, still like that out there when it comes to women's wrestling because they feel like it doesn't deserve the platform or the quote-unquote revolution that it's getting right now because it's women, and they feel like women can't carry their own. But I hate to break the news to, the chauvinistic guys, like, that shit's changed, so absolutely. I don't know. Sorry, I'm ranting.
No, it's okay. Dave, you going to say something?
I think that it's has a lot to do with the alcohol. I mean, if you look at it as just his actions, he looks like a douchebag. Putting his hands up like in a face, and just in the video, it's probably that Labatt's Blue that they drink up there. Mm-hmm. You know how those Canadians are; they're crazy. I mean, I don't know. I've been to Canada. I've been to a lot of hockey games, and those fans are ruthless up there.
Yeah, that Canadian beer is like moonshine.
Yeah, I mean they're very passionate fans, but I mean, to call the girl a stripper, I mean, is that what he called her, a stripper, or?
He called her, yeah, stripper. Yeah. He was insinuating that, she was a stripper, take it off, everything. Like, it's like, why? Why say stuff? I understand, if, you want to boo somebody or something like that, boo, oh, you suck, blah, blah. Don't call girls, especially female wrestlers, don't call them whores, don't call them things like that, because it's like, why? What are you're looking more stupid than what you think you're making them look. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, this day and age of social media, nothing you say or do is secret anymore. So, why? He had to have known that somebody had to be recording this. I mean, he had to have known this was going to happen. I mean, this guy's basically going to be shamed to the point where I would hope that no promoter in Canada will allow this guy in his building.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like if things like that are said and it's caught by either someone that's working security or something like that, eject them. Show that, the promoters and the promotions need to show people that they're not going to tolerate the disrespect of that caliber at their event. You know what I mean? So that's just my opinion.
To be honest with you, a lot of these places don't really have security.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who's going to kick him out? The promoter? I mean, he's busy, running the show and trying to make money, etc. But, somebody with, morals or something, other fans or somebody that helps out the promoter who's there every time, that's the person that was going to take control. But then again, it gets into, legal battles, you kick them out, you have nothing to do with the show, who the hell are you, So...
Right, and you can't put your hands on anybody, so God forbid you put your hands on the guy to get him out of the building, you know, before you know it, you got an assault charge on you, even though you did nothing.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying actually, like, lift the guy out of his seat and, like, throw him out or anything like that.
I probably would have.
But it's like, just tell him you got to go. Like, you know what I mean? So if you do have security there, you know, yeah, you're right. A lot of shows don't have security or they can't, whatever the situation is. But for those places that do have security, because a lot of the times, a lot of these promotions, like if they have new trainees, those are the ones that tend to work security.
Right.
So, and like, you know, why not go to the promoter and be like, one of the trainees can go, or security or whoever goes to the promoter, like, hey, we need to get rid of this guy. This guy is just being extremely vulgar, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? There's, if you have it. You know what I mean? If you have it.
I mean, regardless, security or no security, my feel about this, that someone had to have brought this to the attention of the promoter or whoever was in charge of running that show that night. And I think right there and then, the responsibility is on the promoter or whoever's in charge to eject that fan from the building, because you have to set a precedence and you have to set an example, even if it's at someone else's expense, to show that it will not be tolerated.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. I do.
But here's my question for you, because this is the same thing I'm going to ask Chelsea, though. You know, treating professional wrestling as a sport. Yes, it's a form of entertainment, but it's still an athletic event. Do you think it's wrong for a worker to approach a fan on the other side of the guardrail and to instigate confrontation?
Do I think it's wrong for them to instigate? From what I understand, he was the one that started it.
No, I understand. I understand who started what. I mean, that was no question. A guy was obviously a jackass. But, you know, if this was any other sport, say basketball, baseball, football, you really wouldn't see, you know, and you know, it's a larger scale. You know, you're talking 20,000 people. Even WWE, when it's 15,000 in an arena, and people do yell the most ridiculous things. You don't really see, you know, a wrestler climb the wall and go into the fan's face and, you know, tell him where to go and smack his beer out of his hand, unless it's part of the act. Now, not that I'm saying that Chelsea's wrong for doing it, but you think, you know, maybe she should have probably just avoided confrontation with this guy and just kind of said, you know what, I'll leave enough alone. He made himself look like a jackass, and that's it.
Honestly, it's hard for me to, I know in that situation, speak for her. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just catch a person. You know what I mean? You catch a person in that mood, because I'm not gonna lie to you, especially like if you're ringside. I'm not gonna lie to you. If somebody's sitting ringside right there, and I blatantly hear them say either something, I don't know, racist, vulgar, sexist, or whatever towards me, and especially if I'm a heel, and it's easier for me to get away with as a heel, I'm going to get in that person's face probably and be like, blah, 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 blah. Because I've had to do it before. Because I'm like, I'm not going to tolerate that, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Because I'm trying to remember exactly which country it was, or what country it is. I think it might be Japan, and I need to double check my facts. But over there, they don't tolerate disrespect. The workers don't have to tolerate disrespect. I've heard workers going in, and if someone says something, I've heard that the wrestlers go in and they'll smack a fan or something like that because the fans were being disrespectful.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, if that person is right there, I would for sure say something to them. But like I said, some people just have different buttons. Maybe, because like I said, Chelsea, I know Chelsea is not like that. So the guy had to have really just hit that nerve. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like
absolutely.
I said, it just depends on the person. You know what I like? It just depends on that person. And sometimes some people can, you know, let things roll off their back, you know, because they're chill. But then you might just catch a person on a wrong day, and it's just like, all gloves are off. I'm not going to tolerate this shit today. I'm going to tell you how I feel, and you need to check it. You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
I just, the reason why I ask is because I just get so worried about just the the instability, just the people